up YouTube, it's your boy JP coming at you with another video from organicpricebooks.com. So this one is a pretty special one to me because a lot of people were telling me, hey, you should read it, hey, you should read it, and I was like, okay, let me put it on my read pile. And basically my read pile never gets through because there's just so much books. But anyways, when it was pre-ordered, or when you were able to pre-order this title, we had basically 150 orders the very first day. And I was like, all right, this caught my attention. I definitely need to give it a read. So I gave it a read all the way to issue 14. And I was like, man, this is actually a really great book. And this is something I would highly recommend for people to read if you get into comics for the first time or want something with not 500 issues of backstory like most comics. This is something I would recommend, especially for the October Spooktober, month. We only have a few days left of Spooktober, so this is something that you should definitely pick up and try to read. The Slipcase edition is sold out everywhere, but it will be resolicited again in January 2022 with a release date of July 2022. So if you weren't able to get the Slipcase, please do know that you are able to get it again. The only difference is the colors of the teeth or something on the slipcase will be changed. That way people will know which one is the first edition and which one is the second edition, as what Boom Studio says. All right, so stuff might change, I don't know, but that's their official announcement of a second printing. So there's that. So also, this is the deluxe edition right here on the spinner, and this is the slipcase edition. So the only thing that you get when you buy the slipcase edition is the slipcase. There's no extra artwork or anything extra. When you buy the slipcase edition, it's just the slipcase itself, okay? So just be aware of that when you're making a purchase. And if you're not a huge collector or want to stand out from other people, just pick up the deluxe edition and read it through, because overall it's a really great read. But if you are a super collector like some people, then the slipcase is also cool too. All right, so also we do have two special announcements. The first one is our submission deadline is due October 23rd on Saturday, so you can find the links to what you need to do to enter for a chance to win a $500 gift card. And also our second one is every single video will be giving away a $25 gift card. All you have to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment in the video, and the winner will be announced at the very end of each video. All right, and then also, since this is a special book to me, it's one of my favorite ones of the year, we'll be giving away a slipcase, because you can't find it anywhere else right now. So we'll be giving away a slipcase. And all you have to do is basically be a subscriber and leave a comment down in the video, all right? So let's get into this overview. All right, so let's get started talking about the slipcase in the book itself. As you saw through the intro, the slipcase in the book is very, very beautiful. Even though the slipcase is just a bunch of teeth, it just looks very badass, especially with the black background. It just makes it pretty, makes me curious on what this book is about, because it's so simple, but it just piques your interest. Well, that's what it did for me. And then when you pull out the book itself, it looks amazing. And what I really like about this the book itself is that when you rub your fingers through it, you can feel the indentions of the teeth on the book. And if you just flip it up or flip it around just a little bit, you can actually see the indentions as well. It just makes that teeth picture like you see in the slipcase. So that's some attention to detail that I really appreciate, especially for collectors that want to collect and just have that unique feel and that unique style. Alright, so I'm going to be giving you guys a basic overview of this story. I'll also be flipping through the first 3 issues, and then I'll be skipping around showing you the end, that bonuses at the end, what's all included. And I'll also be giving you a spoiler warning when I want to talk more specifics about what happened in the story, my thoughts about it, and what I want you guys to talk about. If you guys read it before, share your opinions with me in the comments. Let's get started on this overview. So the story starts off with James. He's sharing they're playing truth or dare, with his friends, and they asked him truth, and he's sharing a scary story that happened to him. They're asking what his scariest moment was, and he's sharing a scary story, but it's false, but the kids don't know that, but he basically told them it's not true later on, but they wanted to go out to the woods just to prove that he's wrong, that there's nothing scary, and something tragic happens. All right, and then as the story implies, as the title implies, something is killing the children. All right, so the children start dying or going missing, and the town doesn't know what's going on. Everybody thinks that James killed them and whatnot, and then we're just gonna go throughout the entire story trying to figure out what happened, how they died, who killed them, what killed them, all that good stuff. All right, and then there's also another person that comes into town. Her name is Erica, and she's gonna be hunting for whatever killed the children, because when you enter town, there's gonna be a big old billboard where you just see nothing but missing. There's so many cases of missing children going on throughout this town. So that's basically what's going on in this story. I really wish I could talk more about it, but anything else I say is all gonna be spoilers. All right, so I hope this really piqued your interest, got you curious of what's going on in the story. I know my explanation doesn't do justice because there's just so much more involved, but I want you guys to really figure out, enjoy the experience for the first time. All right, so now we're gonna go into the spoiler section. I'm gonna talk about my favorite moments, what I thought about each thing, and all that good stuff. All right, so if you guys haven't read the story, you guys can stop the video here, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, so now I'm gonna go over my top 10 WTF moments. There's so many moments in here, it's so hard to keep it to only 10, but I'm gonna try to keep it to 10 for the sake of this video. So number 10 starts off with realizing that only young people can see these monsters. So whenever Tommy was asking if anybody's out there, because he heard something but he couldn't see it, the monster's right in his face, but you couldn't see, he couldn't see it because you can see that in the reflection of the car that there is no monster. So that's something that was very interesting that I found out in the story. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. All right, so number 9 is when Erica killed the mother of the monsters, but we didn't know that it was a mother. We thought it was just one, but then it turns out to have 5 kids. I was like, oh crap, things are about to get crazy in this story. All right, I can't wait to keep on reading. And then number 8, all right, so when Erica was fighting the monster, she had to stab Tommy with a thing called horde gold. So apparently not only children can see the monsters, but also adults as well, but you need to get stabbed in the head or something with some gold, which is pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited to see how that story unfolds, or that backstory, with more issues coming out with that. All right, number 7, Aaron shows up and says the babies can only be killed while they're feeding, because Erica tried to kill the babies, even though she clearly knew that she wasn't able to kill them, but she just attempted anyways. And apparently you can't kill these type of monsters because I can't even say the word because it's so long and weird, but they're basically a shadow form, and they're made from concentrated fear, which is pretty interesting concept. And the only way to make them vulnerable is when you're feeding. So I was like, oh crap, that means there's gonna be a lot more killing in this story. It's about to get crazy in the second half. All right, so I'm like, all right, cool. Number 6 WTF is when we go into the cave when Erica was trying to kill the mother, or find the mother in the first place, and then there's the big old pile of kids, like just a pile of like kids' guts, heads, bodies, whatnot, limbs. I'm just like, oh crap, that's kind of gross, but that's pretty cool as well. Something I like to look at, interesting. So that's my number 6 WTF. Number 5 is when Erica was like, all right, each kill It's either Erica or Aaron. I forgot who it was, but each kill makes the babies deadlier. And then as soon as they mention that, in the next page, Tommy just finds another body. So stuff is about to get wild. All right. So number 4 WTF. We're getting closer to the epic ones. The Order needs to kill Tommy. Apparently, you know, they don't like to let anybody know about the Order, about monsters or anything. So if anybody knows, or if you're at the wrong place at the right time or whatever it's called, you're gonna get killed. You can't know about this, so there's gonna be a lot of cover up to do. And then number 3, when I first read this book, I was like, okay, Aaron's a pretty badass. He looks pretty cool. I like the red eyes, his outfit, and everything. This is gonna be a very interesting character. And then he just goes off and tries to be a distraction and then dies. I'm just like, really? You know, I thought he was gonna be a pretty badass character and whatnot, but then he just died instantly as trying to be a distraction. He wasn't even put up a fight with the monsters. He just got ripped apart. All right. Number 2 WTF. This was a pretty big one for me. Is whenever that kid just got ripped open in the middle of the air in front of all the adults. I was like, all right, now everybody knows everything's gonna get crazy now, you know. And this is towards the very end, so I'm like, okay, I can't put this book down. I literally finished. I think I read the first run through all in one sitting, and I did it again to make this video all in one sitting in an hour basically. So that's how good this book was. And then my number 1 WTF is not like hugely epic or nothing violent, but for me it's when Erica makes a call to St. George after she killed all the babies or got rid of you know, the monsters in that area. And then, you know, they made Cecilia back off and her crew. They were about to kill an entire gym full of people, but you know, whoever called Cecilia and whoever's the boss or in charge told them to back off, and they just backed off. So they're obviously, Erica has, you know, some higher power or has connections with somebody that's in a higher power that basically, you know, tells all these cult people what to do. All right. And then, you know, the very end when they got onto the bus, I thought that was, and it says to be continued. I thought that was a pretty good way to just end the story right there and then make the readers curious, and I want to know what's going to happen next. So I can't wait for more issues. If you guys liked my little overview of my top 10 WTFs, let me know in the comments, you know, subscribe and all that good stuff, but let me know in the comments if you like me to continue doing the top 10, top 5, whatever WTF moments. Also, congratulations Vincent on winning a $25 gift card. Thank you for leaving a comment and being a subscriber. Please message me on the back end of my channel and I'll give you the gift card. And as always, if you guys like this video, feel free to hit that notification bell, subscribe, and leave a comment, all that good stuff. And I'll see you all in the very next video.